be blessed by listening to one of the women of God. Met in Scriptures, the first time we see this particular lady is in the Old Testament. But I'd like to welcome... Come on. Let me introduce you to Hannah.
Hello.
Now Hannah, you're the mother of Samuel.
I certainly am.
Tell us about your little boy.
Well, he was a gift from God. Many years I wanted to have a baby and I was barren, and my heart would cry out to God, please let me bear a child, and if I do, I'll dedicate him back to you in the temple.
So how did you feel when you first found that you were going to have a baby after all those years of waiting?
And I just praised God because it was a miracle.
And what were your hopes and dreams for your baby? At that stage you didn't know it was going to be a boy, but you sort of hoped, didn't you?
Well, I hoped it was going to be a boy, because very important to kind of pass on the family tradition. But something really different happened, that when I cried out to God and said, please give me the desire of my heart, I'd love to have a baby boy. I said to God that if you do give me my wish and grant my desire, I will dedicate my child back to you. And I just presumed he was going to be a baby boy.
That's good. And what was God really a part of your whole preparation for the birth? Did you keep in touch with the Lord?
Yes, I just kind of praised him every day. And as the baby started growing and leaping within my womb, I just praised him and thanked him for the answer to a most amazing prayer.
Now, at some point you had to hand Samuel over to the Lord. How did it feel to let him go?
Well, I'll tell you a secret. I was allowed to keep him until I weaned him, so I fed him for a long time. And finally, when my husband and the household went up to the temple once a year, we went to, and I knew that I had to kind of dedicate him back to God and hand him over to Eli the priest.
What a special time that would have been. That heart was the same. Thank you, Hannah.
Thank you.
Bless you. I'm just trying to imagine what it would be like to hand back one of my grandchildren to God. It'd be very hard. Now, the special part about this fellowship, this place, is that we have our own Hannah. And we'd like to talk to the other Hannah. So Hannah, would you like to come at the front? So, Hannah, you have two little bundles of joy, Benjamin and James.
Yes.
Tell us, how did you feel when you knew you were going to first be pregnant with one and then the second one comes along?
Well, I was very surprised with the first, Benjamin. And then I think my second reaction was to cry, because I'd gone to the doctor because I was so violently ill, and then to realise I would be ill potentially for another 7 months or so. And then James was a bit more expected because we've been praying for him, so yeah.
And what have been your hopes and dreams? I mean, we see you as a mum and with Luke as a dad here in the church quite often, but what are your hopes and dreams for your boys?
That they survive our parenting, firstly. No, that they'll come to know, well, that they will know the Lord and love the Lord, and that they will know how much He loves them, and that they will fulfil the calling on their lives.
That's good. And what part, was God part of your preparation for the birth? Now it comes time, it's time to give birth to this gift from God, and here's one of them. How was God a part of your giving birth?
I think, through prayer and also just seeking Him on what that looks like, and kind of feeling like there's fear or love. You can operate in either of them, so choosing to, focus on love and not fear. Yeah.
True. Well, we love having you guys around. You want mummy back, don't you, eh? So we're going to give you back to mummy. Bless you. Thanks, Hannah. Saw quite a nice little joke on Facebook yesterday. about a mother who realised that after a number of years that her children, particularly her son, somehow didn't reflect the rest of the family, and she began to worry. So she had a DNA test done, and she found that the baby, or the son, was not the son of her husband and herself. There'd been a problem. And she said to her husband, "Our child isn't yours, it isn't mine." And he didn't sort of say much. And she said, "Aren't you worried at all about that?" And he said, "Don't you remember what happened?" He said, "What do you mean, what happened?" And she said, "Remember as we were leaving the hospital to go home, our baby pooped everywhere. And you told me to go inside, change the baby, and come back." So I left the dirty one and took it from my home. A bit more decorum. One of the great mothers we see in the Bible is Mary, the mother of Jesus. And I'm pleased to say that Mary's with us tonight.
You might have some boost.
Now Mary, yours was a very special pregnancy and a very special birth. How did you feel when you knew you were going to bear a child? Particularly the child with the message you got.
Well, I wasn't married at the time. I knew Joseph very well. But when the angel came and told me in a dream that I would be the mother of Jesus, the Son of God, I was really quite concerned. But then the angel told me that everything would be all right. They'd already told Joseph, and Joseph accepted me, and we were married. And I went to see my cousin Elizabeth, and she was also pregnant at the time, and she said that the baby within her jumped, which confirmed to me that this was a child of God.
You mean Elizabeth's baby jumped when you went to see her?
Yes.
So the
The baby inside Elizabeth recognised that I was going to carry the Son of God.
And what were your hopes and dreams for your child when he was born? It was a special birth. What were your hopes and dreams as a special mother?
Well, I wanted my child to grow up knowing God, but also to know his Father, that he would feel loved and he would also always feel close to us.
And what part was God in the preparation for your birth? I mean, you had to leave home about that time, as I understand it. So how did God fit in all that?
Because I was very young and I didn't have family around me, I had to trust God and I had to pray a lot. But God's prayers always came through, and Joseph really looked after me, and it was such a blessing to be the mother of Jesus.
Bless you. Well, thank you for sharing that with us. Thank you, Mary. Now we're going to sing again, and this is a bracket. I love this particular bracket that Robin puts together. It starts off with Amazing Grace, which of course is a great hymn to sing, but then he flows through three other songs and they all come back together and we finish with Amazing Grace like we started. But if you'd like to stand for this worship medley, and I hope you enjoy it because they're great songs, starting with Amazing Grace.